Information is the key, and we continue to speak with Glenn Kolka, who's got a very long history of being in the sports industry, professional athlete, trainer. I mean, the list goes on and on. Right now with Sculpt Conditioning, but the one thing you want to talk about before we kind of get into anything else is what to look for, what you should be asking, and the questions, finding a trainer and finding the right gym for you.
You know, and that's exactly, Leanne. There's so many of these new places popping up. You don't know really what to expect. They don't have the experience or the resume that really you can look into and get a lot of history from. You know, everybody asks me, what's the best facility in the city for you to train at? The one you're going to go to. So it has to be somewhere that you're going to be able to get to. It has to be in a location that you're going to be able to either get to before you go to work or right after work. Otherwise, you're going to blow it off. I mean, the first thing happens is you get behind in your day, and the first thing you're going to say is, I don't want to go out of my way to get to the gym. So if it's on your way somewhere, that makes a big difference. Now, asking the proper questions. Are they able to facilitate what you want to do? I mean, if you're running triathlons and you want to do a half triathlon in 2 months, if they don't have anybody in that facility who is running triathlons, they're not going to be able to give you the expertise that you need. For bodybuilding, same thing. For professional, for strength and conditioning in sports and hockey, exactly the same thing. I'm a big experience guy because I have a lot of experience.
Right, you really do.
But I think that really lends a lot of credibility when you're in playoffs and what type of workout should you do. If you've been there before, you have a better idea exactly what to tell these people.
But the variety is amazing right now. So in one sense, it's great to see that there are businesses opening up. They're offering all of these different classes and different styles, but it's somewhat overwhelming when you have one individual who really just wants to shed the weight. You have another individual who has an actual fitness goal that they want to get to.
Yes.
So can you understand that it's overwhelming for a lot of people?
It absolutely is, and that's where you have to do your market research and your homework. And don't just call these places. You have to go see these people. You have to sit down with them. And the other pet peeve I have as far as the personal training situation is concerned is the facilities that want you to spend $7,000 the first time you walk into the door. I mean, what if you don't like me? What if I don't like you? You know, in all honesty, after that, you've got 50, 60, 80 sessions that you're not going to be able to use because you don't like the facility. Or, you know what? If they motivate you properly as a personal trainer, you will make that commitment and you will come back after 10 sessions or 20 sessions.
And something interesting to keep in mind. Also, you can train as much as you want. It all comes down to nutrition.
Absolutely.
Can't really ignore that also. You want to touch on
No,
that?
and that's the big thing is that, you know, I see so many athletes go in there and they work very hard and their work ethic is really fantastic. But if you're not putting the proper things in your body, it's been overemphasized, I'm sure, to a degree. But on the other side, it's plain science. I mean, if you don't have the proper ingredients to rebuild muscle tissue after you have torn it down during that workout, it's not going to get bigger. It's actually going to get smaller because your body will actually feed off that muscle because there's not enough proper nutrients in the system to actually rebuild and to sustain yourself.
There's going to be a lot of different nutrition though for someone who's looking to shed weight, or there's also individuals who are looking to build bulk, to build that muscle. So very different.
And then the ratios, the protein to carbohydrates weigh in as well. Carbohydrates are what you use to get through the day, the fuel. If you're running 12 miles a day, well then you need a lot more carbohydrates. Don't take them to bed with you. Everything you take to bed with you turns to fat, okay? The protein, yes, you want it because your body rebuilds protein in the evenings, and when you're releasing growth hormone when you're sleeping, that's fantastic. You want that protein in your system at all times.
I like that. Don't go to bed with the extra carbs.
It definitely.
So you need them. You need them to get through whatever it is that you have planned.
So do it earlier in the day, in the morning, and then you get the rest of the day to burn them off. As the evening comes, dinner time, you start to lessen them a lot. If you have things to do in the evening, then you do need it because you do need to think. But if you're not really doing much in the evening, why do you need them to sit on the couch? Because that's the first thing converted to fat.
Great information right there. Of course, people can find more information here at Sculpt.
Correct.
You've also got, you do just Google your name and it's pretty much
go to
insane.
glennkolka.ca and you'll find me.
Tons of stuff right there. We didn't even need the weights.
No, not today.
There's too much information to get to. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure.